What do you got? Small things, truth cares. Truth me, she left me roses by the stairs.
Surprises let me know she cares.
Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights out. Carry me home. Na 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 na.
Hello, I am Beauregard. Welcome back to Fax and The King, another very, very exciting episode. And Dr. Fax, I'm rocking a 5-day hangover from a Beer Olympics event I did this weekend. Essentially, I dressed up as a school lunch lady and drank 60 high noons. And I have not recovered, and I don't know if I ever will. I can't even look at a peach high noon again.
I'm calling cap, bro. Like, you have been maneuvering this number of high noons that you've drank. And I don't know, man. Like I'm learning more about you every show, and you're just one of those guys that you like to seem like you drank more than you did. You probably had 12 high noons, bro.
I would have loved that. I would have loved to have just had a cool, casual 12 high noons. But
do you know how much 60 or 50 high noons, how much liquid that is, bro?
Yes,
liquid
unfortunately,
intake?
I do. From experience, my brother. And I'm willing to bet you that Fauché does as well, because he spent his formative years in a frat. And I know what that's like. So that's kind of how my week's going. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what you got going on, Dr. Fax?
Yo, I'm coming off a wonderful week. I had actually a baby shower this past weekend.
Father Fax!
Yeah, Father Fax is coming soon, and I am rolling in diapers right now. I feel rich in diapers at the current moment, which is an absolute great feeling, because the research and the reading I have been doing, it tells me that I'm going to go through a lot of diapers in this first couple of months with this baby. So I'm excited for everything. But what more importantly I'm excited for, my Father's Day gift is upon us, and I am going to see 50 Cent tonight. So I am very, very excited about this concert. It's just crazy to think that 50 Cent is still relevant. I remember being a kid in my fucking room. I used to buy the G-Unit tank tops. They had G-Unit sneakers. It was just like 50 Cent was like an icon, like, and just his business side of things. I've always been into marketing and like the business side of sports and hip hop and things of that sort. So to watch him be involved in the whole vitamin water, Coke deal, and him taking shares instead of money, and then having Coca-Cola buy out the whole thing, and him cashing out for a lot of money with that. I've always been a fan of him from hip hop and outside of hip hop. So I'm so excited to be going to this concert tonight. And yeah, like my week, it's been, I cannot complain at all, like at all.
Hey, well, if you see Curtis tonight, tell him I say what's up, because I've actually met him before. I was in Philly. You're talking about some of his business ventures. He had like some sort of like, I don't know, Nordic vodka that he was involved in. And I met him at Chicky and Pete's in Philly. Okay. I'll never forget this. We briefly met. We're really good friends, really close. And I gave him a total botched dap up. Like, I fucked it up so bad. And it's like one of those, where it went so poorly. Like, I was like so stoked to meet 50 Cent. I was like, yo, like, this is fucking sick. Went to dap him up and I just botched it. I fucked it up and then hit him with the went in for a hug kind of, because I botched it so fucking bad. And he kind of just gave me a disappointed look and then like carried on his day. So
that is so funny. But maybe he remembers you for that. So maybe that's
probably
a good thing.
Yeah. So tell him I say what's up. Tell him my bad, and I'd like another chance at that dap up. Because
50, put us in a movie, yo. Put us in a movie, man. Yeah. Put us in a movie.
But that's going to be an exciting fight for you, or an exciting night for you. Excuse me. I kind of a little Freudian slip there.
Jumping the gun.
I was thinking about fights because I'm going to a Bellator fight, 298 in Sioux Falls, South Dakota this week. Logan Storm Storley. I've gotten to know him a little bit through some friends in Minneapolis. Big Bellator fight that I'm stoked about. And then one of our other young buddies, Michael Blockus, who's this fucking young legend who's on the undercard that we're really stoked to see. But I don't know if this fight is going to be nearly as exciting as this viral fight from Alabama. That was kind of like the fight of the century, a really marquee internet moment that has spawned some hilarious memes, songs. I saw a reenactment.
The Montgomery Brawl, bro. This fight and the internet's reaction is just so amazing. But more importantly, I am so happy that we get the full interaction of the video and the fight from the absolute start of the fight, which is that stupid pontoon boat and whoever owned that pontoon boat thinking that they're just above the law and that you can park it anywhere. And it was clearly blocking the ferry parking zone. So imagine being on that ferry, you want to get off, and they're like, oh, we can't park because of this stupid boat right here. And, and my guy, like, we all know looking at that guy, and we can sympathize for the security guy because it's like, yo, I clearly do not get paid enough to try to get people to tuck their egos in and just move a boat. All you had to do is just come down and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be parked here. Let me get my boat out of here. But no, you come down drunk and you're so upset. You're so upset to the point that you start a fight that realistically, if you're alone, a fight that you're not going to win and you're probably not going to feel confident about even being confrontational. But since you're with all your drunk buddies, you're like, hey, worst case scenario, we jump this dude. and lo and behold, that's what the fuck happens. But shout out to that security guard. And I did not know that this was an international sign for help for
It's
black
going
people.
down. Hey,
Yo.
he was ready. He whipped that hat in the air like 50 feet, and then oh fuck, that's how you know it's on.
Bro, the way that he threw that hat and he got ready to fight, but I don't know if people took note of this. I feel bad for the chubby white kid that was his backup. Did you see that kid? There was a chubby white kid that was his backup that was clearly working with the dock staff also, and the white guys, while they're jumping this black dude, he kind of tries to intervene, and they just punk him so badly that this kid, he seems like he's way younger. He seems like he was probably like tops 18 years old. And it was just like, I do not want to be a part of this. And I was just like, yo, that would just be the worst thing in the world, just being a person that you're trying to make your whatever. I don't want to downplay how much they're making, but I assume it's not that much, and it's not enough to potentially get into a brawl, an all-out brawl that now it's probably trending. It's probably been trending on Twitter.
Facts, you haven't even mentioned the star of the show, man.
The 16-year-old
Michael B. Phelps.
The 16-year-old kid that took it upon himself to jump off and swim for the boat. Yo, kudos to him. And what people have to realize, that is not an easy swim. That is not an easy swim at all. And I don't know how much weight was in that water, how much that water was moving, but bravo to him to make that swim and then get out, compose himself, take one shoe off, and then just get right to business. There's a clip of him throwing hands. And dude, I'm happy that the internet, everyone is on like this kid's side. And hopefully, I heard this kid is a 16-year-old, so that means he's in high school. I hope he is the most popular kid until this kid graduates. I hope he finds a way to monetize off this, make some money, because that was amazing. And I just hope nothing but the best for that kid.
It's funny you say that, Fax, because his Cash App actually was so flooded with money coming in from everybody on social media that it got taken down. So we got to figure out a way to get him his fucking rightfully right. You know, he earned that. He earned that money on Cash. Come on, Cash App, put his account back up. It crashed because he had such an influx of cash coming in, and God bless him, man, because he fucking swam over there and got after it.
My favorite line from the commentary was when the guy was like, how do you know they're racist? Because they're swimming in khakis.
Swimming in khakis is crazy.
No, the Avengers Endgame meme is the one that sent me, bro. With all of them,
Yes.
just a portal surrounding all the guys is so fucking funny. I've seen that video like 500 times, man. It's got everything. It really has it all.
Oh man, and then the chair. I'm not gonna lie, the whole bit with the chair and the commentary with the chair is hilarious. But I'm not gonna lie, it sucks that it happened. But that guy, rightfully, he had to get locked up. You can't go. You can't. You can't. Like, you can get away with hitting one person multiple times with a chair, but you just can't go willy nilly. Like, he
was bopping everybody with the chair, man. No one was safe.
It was like real life whack-a-mole, bro.
Yes.
Like, the way he was smacking him with that chair is so funny. But that was it. And it's great to see, like, the internet for something like this. Everyone seems to be on the same side. There's like no one who's like really big time being like, oh, this shouldn't have happened, or this was bad, or like whatever. Everyone's on kind of the same page with this, and that isn't always the case when fights like this happen.
Oh, of course not. It's also nice. It's refreshing to see a huge, massive brawl just break out of nowhere. No knives, no guns, no phones.
Yeah.
People just vibing, fighting,
Just
hitting
chairs.
each other with chairs.
Just chairs. A nice WWE like sideshow match for sure.
Brawling is back, dude. I guess we're a fighting podcast now because this is the second week in a row we're just talking about fighting. But hey,
And we're not done yet because we had another great fight. Did you see this Tim Anderson baseball fight?
yes, dude. Everyone's scrapping this summer. I mean, shoot, that was a good fight. And they both got suspended for what, like 7 games or something?
So Tim Anderson got suspended for 6, and then Ramirez got suspended for 3. And the best part about it is that Tim Anderson, he took the worst of it.
Yes.
And he is being nothing's worse than losing a fight and then you feeling so bad about it that you can't even own up to it. Like, you can't even own up to it. And it's like, you can punch the air all you want, but everyone still is going to laugh at this video.
It ended up being a good baseball fight. But in other exciting news, we got college football right around the corner and a lot of developments. It feels like we're in the Wild West of college football these days. You have NIL deals. These kids are getting paid finally. I don't know where that shit was when we were in college, Fax.
Oh my God.
You've got massive TV deals incoming. You have transfer portals. And now you have conference realignments. Why don't you tell us a little about these conference realignments, Foch? Because it's honestly kind of fucking hard to follow. There is so much shit going on, and it feels like the pace of this is moving so incredibly fast. It's going to be so fucking interesting to see how these conferences actually end up unfolding.
I mean, it's just wild, especially because, I don't think we appreciated at the end of last season that was the last season of traditional college football that we are ever going to get to see. I mean, the way that things have been going and it's still not done, it's wild. We've got Colorado moving to the Big 12, Arizona State, Arizona and Utah moving to the Big 12, and Oregon and Washington moving to the Big 10. The Pac-12 is left with 4 teams. The Big 12 is going to have 16 teams. The ACC will have 16 teams. The SEC will have 16 teams. And the Big 10 will have 18 teams, along with rumors that came out yesterday that Cal and Stanford might join the ACC, which just seems absolutely ridiculous that you're going to have, the women's soccer team on a Tuesday night traveling from California to North Carolina to play NC State.
This is what's so interesting to me is like college football has always been a development league for the NFL. And now actually I feel like it's just more and more transparent. You know what I mean? Like it's just these super conferences and there's such division and parity and it all comes down to money is I think what it boils down to. But I think what you're kind of saying, Foch, is what's so fucked up is like, let's not forget that these are 18 to 22-year-old college kids. The money involved with college football and football teams is so much bigger than the other, athletic programs for these schools. And I feel like they are just getting buried by this, I guess is really the bottom line.
I think it's safe to say, just like you're saying, that's like the point you're bringing up, that these decisions are being based off the football and basketball programs at most of these schools. And that's definitely not fair, because if you're a college athlete at these schools, just like Fauché is saying, to think about having a midweek game, 2 to 3 hours in a different time zone, how does the whole aspect of school and mental health and sleep, how do you figure all of that stuff out so that these 18 to 22-year-olds are getting the right amount of rest and having the right amount of like nourishment and food and things that they need to do and rest, like mainly rest. That's what it boils down to. But if you have schoolwork, and we preach everyone being a student first, and you have to focus on that, it's going to be interesting to see the trickle down from some of these conferences doing things like this.
And as somebody that was very recently a college student, I feel like I can really chime in on this. You know, when you play in the NFL, you kind of you forget what it was like as a student athlete in college. You actually have so much more commitments in college than what you do, because it's like you're just being pulled in so many more directions. Like, you have to maintain a certain GPA. You have classes that are really rigorous for most people. I mean, like, these are legit college courses, and then you're expected to just fly across the country every single week and really just fuck up your entire schedule, to go from, I don't know, like Rutgers on the East Coast all the way out to like one of these new Big Ten schools in California. It just seems crazy to me. And it's so interesting to me. I was actually at a Wisconsin alumni event last summer, and I was talking with Barry Alvarez, who's a legendary, former coach at Wisconsin, who's the athletic director forever. And he kind of called this to me. He's like, the way things are shaping up with these TV deals, with, NIL, transfer portal, like, you're going to end up with these super conferences. And I just keep thinking back to it, because that guy is a fucking wise sage. He called that shit. It's going to be so interesting to see how, these universities, these schools, these organizations handle this. And I guess I'm just concerned about the players and want to make sure that their interests are, kept at the forefront here. And I don't know if that's going to be the case.
Well, it's funny to think that a lot of people, they shit on Notre Dame and what they did with their program, and they took football and they put football in a conference, and then their other sports are still like sprinkled around in different conferences for this reason, because they know that at the end of the day, the money focus is football. And by them doing that, the trickle down doesn't affect the other sports that don't necessarily have that money, because we know that football is at most schools is the big money maker, and they can handle travel, and football teams and basketball teams at most colleges are the only teams that are flying private. So just the nightmare of thinking about flying cross country, it's another hurdle that the students don't have to worry about. The good thing is, this is really for the schools and the programs, something that they have to worry about. And it's really going to put a test to the athletic and the academic coordinators to get all this stuff together, because that's really who's mainly affected by this, is the schedule makers and the people that have to make all this work for the students. Yes, the students, they just have to show up and be there, and only time will tell, because just showing up and be there, even that might be a lot, just for the simple fact of how much is going on and time zones and things of that sort.
Yep. And this is a developing story. Our producer, Fauché, low-key investigative journalist, will keep us at the forefront of this stuff. Ain't that right, Foch?
I'll keep you there. One conference that we haven't heard a lot from, though, is the ACC. Fax, your home conference, my home conference for the Virginia Wahoos. Wahoo wah, baby.
Wahoo wah. Let's go.
We did the Big Ten last week. Let's take a look at our conference spotlight for this week. Who are you guys interested in looking at for the ACC?
You guys already know I'm rolling with the hometown and the home team with Charlottesville, Virginia, the Virginia Cavaliers. This is Tony Elliott's second year. We had a rough first year. Everyone knows the unfortunate circumstances that our team has went through, and I'm not going to lie, this is going to be a hard bounce back year, but I think for the team wise, we kind of have like a clean slate, so to say, and It's going to be a lot of different faces, a lot of different names this year, but I'm excited to see the final product that will be put out this year on the field. The ACC also, like as a whole, I think the conference, we look strong and we're doing well, and other people might not feel this way, but I'm definitely cool with expanding. And like we just talked about, as long as the students and it doesn't affect the students in a mental or physical harmful way, I'm with like adding new teams and playing new teams and getting to see new ventures. I think that's cool for the fans to think about maybe having 2 trips West Coast or 1 or 2 trips a year over to see your team play or scheduling. I think I think ultimately that's good for the programs, but other people might feel a different way. What teams interest you, Beau?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's always excited about Clemson, Florida State, and some of these really good teams in the ACC. I'm going a little bit different direction. I want to watch Pitt. Mostly because I got some connections there, some guys I know from my time in college football in the NFL. One of my favorite coaches I've ever had, his name's Charlie Partridge, really good defensive line coach. He's my coach at Wisconsin. And then Michael Stacchiotti is a strength coach. He's from Pitt, and I had him, Meathead, I love him. I had him in Tampa Bay, but I'll be honest, Pitt lost a lot of players to the NFL. I did, I've watched a lot of tape on Kalijah Cansey, who's down in Tampa. He's a good player. So defensively, they also have to replace safety Eric Hallett, and then linebacker Servaka Dennis, which is a fucking unbelievable name. I think Pitt might be, not one of the stronger teams at the top of the ACC this year. I would like for them to be. I like Pat Narduzzi. He actually recruited me at UCLA back in the day. Fun fact for you, Dr. Fax.
Nice.
But they have to replace like 6 or 7 starters on offense as well, with their quarterback likely be Phil Jerkovich. Phil Jerk, and then another receiver, Jared Wayne, who's in the NFL, and a running back they lost as well. So love Pitt. I love Charlie Partridge. I love that coaching staff, and I wish them nothing but success. I hope they get it this year, but they have a little bit of an uphill battle.
So, Fax, in other news, you are renowned amongst the Greenlight community for your investment in the Pokemon community and the collecting community as a whole, and it seems that the NFL has not only entered into the card collecting business, but has immediately made a splash in probably the worst way possible.
Our guy, Blake Martinez, is being accused of being sneaky, which is which I was explaining to you guys, which is very, very, very common during, like, in this card world, because in the card world, there is something called breaking, and breaking is basically
just ripping packs, bro.
It's
ripping packs, baby.
Live. But the thing about ripping packs live, 75% of the time when you're ripping packs for people who are viewing and people who have bought those packs. So you get to rip the pack and you get to have the allure of opening it and using the video for money purposes, and everyone gets to enjoy together the feeling of, I guess it's like hitting the lotto. When you get a big card, it's kind of like hitting the lotto. But then you have to have the self-control when you open up these packs that someone else bought. If you rip open and maybe someone bought this pack for $100 and you already profited off it, but what happens is guys open the pack and you hit the lotto. You open the pack and you get a 1-of-1 card and you get greedy. And what guys do is sometimes, even when they're on live, they'll try to do some magician shit, some David Blaine, sleight of hands, but they're not David Blaine and they get caught. Or something happens in the shipping process where when you're shipping the card out, you make sure the card maybe gets lost because it's never going to be in there. And then later on to find out, you see this card in auction somewhere else, maybe a few months later, maybe a year later. But in your head, you're thinking that this card was lost or stolen or damaged somehow or disappeared, and it reappears somewhere. So it's very unfortunate to find out that Blake was being a part of this. I read that he has to refund all of the people on the stream, but sometimes you pull cards that all the people that he refunds, that card that he pulled or the cards that he potentially pulled, they might be worth more than whatever damages he had to pay back to these people. So that's the kind of shitty part within this community of cards and break-in, is that some of these cards are worth enough that these vendors or these people who are involved, it's just like, really, like, you don't care. Like, you really don't care, because what's the worst that's going to happen? People that you don't know, they don't like you. You might get a portion of people that who don't want to shop with you, who don't want to vend with you. But at the same token, if you have cards and you have access to stuff that people want, they're still going to deal with you in a way or another. But this is unfortunate to hear that he is an ex-NFL guy and they put so much emphasis on this story and then how this is shaping out. Get your shit together, Blake.
Blake Martinez really leading the charge for the fuck that of the week. The star of our shit to talk to your girl about. Steph Curry on stage Monday night, just singing every word of Misery Business by Paramore. I mean, loving every second of it.
And we played this song for Fax, and I think Fax can understand why Steph Curry loves the song so much. It's a fucking banger. It's a classic. Haley Williams, come on. How do you not love that?
I think you guys had to look deeper into this. Steph Curry and his wife are known swingers, and they're known to have extra girlfriend boyfriends within their marriage. And I think this is one of Steph Curry's little side things. And I think he threw her a solid and was like, "Yo, like, I'm gonna come out and sing the hook with you of your song," and he got it popping. So shout out to Steph.
And you think I'm horny, Fax. That's immediately where your mind goes. I think it's just a good, classic, little bit of a guilty pleasure song that everybody can sing, that everyone can enjoy. Play that around the house a little bit.
I've never heard of this lady or this song before this. And she knew what she was doing. That's what she wanted. She's getting a new demographic of people looking up this song, being like, who is this? Who is Steph Curry on stage with? What song is this? Like, why does so many people know this song?
I'm honestly insulted that you don't know the song. It's amazing, bro.
I mean, I'm sorry. Educate me, bro. That's what we're here. That's what we're here for.
What is your guilty pleasure song then, Fax, that you don't want anyone knowing that you love, that you know every fucking word to? Because I know there's some. And don't tell me Drake.
All
what do you got?
Small things. Truth cares. Truth me. She left me roses by the stairs.
Surprises let me know she cares.
Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights out. Carry me home, na 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 na. Yo, Blink 182,
yeah.
Travis Barker, that shit used to bust. I had a stage when I was younger. I think about back to it that I was weird. I was really bumping Blink 182 and Fred Durst like a lot. Oh my God,
Limp Bizkit.
Yes, I was a Limp Bizkit.
Keep rolling. Same, dude.
What?
Same, bro. Same.
But definitely Blink 182. Like, that's one of my.
That's not even a guilty pleasure. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot dream tonight. Yeah, that's not a guilty pleasure for me, Fax.
That used to bang, yo.
It still bangs. Not guilty pleasure. I'll fucking bust that shit out anywhere. Mine is Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. You know the song, right?
Banger.
If Fauché is saying banger like that.
Banger. Natasha Bedingfield is an all-time artist. All time.
Yes. We'll have to we'll play that one for you. Look that song up. Put it on your playlist.
The rest is still unwritten.
Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can do it for you. Only you can let it in.
Yeah.
No one else can speak the words on your lips.
Wasn't that like the Neutrogena commercial?
It was in the hills.
The Hills, yes.
It was in the hills.
With LC and Spencer Montag and Heidi and the gang. God, that was some fucking good shit. Simpler times, man.
Jay Cutler's ex, right?
Yeah. Talk to your girl about that, baby. Max, you saw that Mark Jackson was offered $1 million to commentate pornography. You know, I don't watch porn. I'm not a porn guy. I've never actually watched porn. I've never watched porn in my entire life.
Cap.
You know, this next segment might be interesting.
The thought of Mark Jackson saying, "Mama, there goes that man," at the start of a porno is absolutely crazy. It's crazy. $1 million, though? It's just like, I wonder what site offered him that money. But damn, but there are a lot of sports sayings that can potentially work for porno situations. Like we were talking about this, and I think you had a couple. Do you have a couple?
Well, yeah, and like I said, I'm not a porn guy. I don't watch porn, so like just bear with me here. But I'm thinking just the Chris Berman sounds, you know? Like maybe like right at some pivotal moments during a pornography, like whoop, whoop. Oh. I was also thinking just like the classic lines that like announcers always say, like, you know, during football, like guys busting out like some crazy move, and you can tell he's really been in the playbook, you know, with that move. He's really been watching tape.
Or in baseball, you could throw that backdoor slider.
Well, I had a good baseman too, Dave Nyhouse. Get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It's grand salami time.
And for a guy like you, Beau, who loves weightlifting, that clean and jerk, man, that clean and jerk.
I was thinking like maybe at the very end of a video, you know, and boom goes the dynamite. You know, at like just a pivotal moment, you know, with like maybe a
classic Mike Breen, bang,
right? Or facial.
He's all up in his face.
I actually see where that company is going. That can probably kill for some content. They could probably make some killer shorts with the commentator like Mark Jackson.
I'd watch that.
The guy who doesn't watch porno will start watching porno because
it's sports at that point, you know? It's just sports.
If you really think about it, porn is nothing but sport fucking. Like, if you really, really think about it.
What a show today. I love it, boys. Good shit.
Remember to like, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on all socials. Fax and The King every Wednesday, hitting you up on every platform. Hit our DMs. We'll hit your DMs. Fax, only one at the end of the day for you. You've been keeping these numbers down a lot. I mean, we're going to have to come up with a new thing.
Beau, do you have something? Like, I feel like you've been dying. I can throw this up to you, this one. I could give you this one, bro.
Hey, at the end of the day, your Monday and Tuesday are going to be a lot better if you don't drink 70 high noons on Saturday.
Fax and The King every Wednesday.
My DMs are open.